So, bro, Pirates have won 8 trophies in the past 5 years. 8 domestic trophies. 8. Yeah, it doesn't matter. A lot of people will say, it doesn't matter because they haven't won the league, blah, 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 blah. But, bro, 8 trophies in 5 years. Nah, bro, that's an achievement. That's an achievement to actually, you have to commend that. You understand? Give them a shout out, man. Give credit where it's due, bro. 8 trophies in 5 seasons. No, 8 trophies in 5 years, I meant to say. Obviously, 5 MTN 8 trophies, 2 Nedbank Cup trophies, a Carling knockout. Well, this one doesn't really count as an official trophy, but shout out to them for winning it as well. The Carling knockout, cup against the All Stars, it doesn't count as an official trophy. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a couple of reasons why Pirates have been very dominant when it comes to domestic competitions. Okay, so the first reason is that Pirates have a reputation of bringing underrated coaches. Okay, so Pirates have been building a reputation of hiring coaches who were yet to actually prove themselves, particularly for big clubs, right? And you look at it from the former coach Jose Rivero, right, who only became a head coach of any big club right, in 2019 for Finnish side Inter Turku. You understand what I'm saying? And after that, he was actually the assistant coach for the majority of his coaching career, right? And then you have Abdeslam Ouaddou, only became a head coach in 2020 when he was coaching Maldua in Algeria. And the trophy success under the 2 coaches who were inexperienced shows that the Buccaneers actually knew what they were looking for in a coach, not just in the reputation or the name. You understand what I'm saying? Number 2, Pirates have a control of big personalities, bro. You look at it in the fact where they actually have a healthy dressing room. And you have to understand, in order for you to have success in any major club, you need to have a healthy dressing room. So we've seen often, the so-called big stars have a tendency of actually spoiling the spirit in the dressing room. And remember, Pirates were actually quick to address this issue when they sold Thembinkosi Lodge to Mamelodi Sundowns in January 2024. And it kind of came at a time when his personality was actually spiraling out of control. And then even Vincent Pule, they offloaded him, right, a couple of months later. And they also did not allow this Munapule Saleng issue to actually affect the dressing room. And they actually remained determined in their decision. Even though Saleng didn't actually train for like 7 months, they still made sure that we're not going to let these so-called big players affect the team spirit. We need to create a winning team here. Okay, number three. Pirates, bro. Orlando Pirates have got huge trust in the youth. You understand what I'm saying? Take for instance, Relebohile Mofokeng. He has actually proved his worth early in his career, and that actually seemingly motivated the upcoming crop of youngsters that came after him, the likes of Moha Nkota, who actually hit the ground running and was actually influential in the absence of Munapule Saleng. And then now you also have Mbegazeli Mbogazi, who found the environment conducive, for the youngsters in the first team. And he did that by actually carrying Orlando Pirates to 2 trophies, winning 2 back-to-back trophies, which was the MTN 8 as well as the Carling Knockout Cup. And Mofokeng, remember, he was actually the decider. He won Orlando Pirates the Nedbank Cup by scoring the winning goal. And that actually ended Bongani Zungu's career at Mamelodi Sundowns. You know what I'm saying? And in the MTN 8 final, he was also the match winner there. He's the one that provided Tsegofatso Mabasa with that assist, even though that was a very controversial goal. But that was still clever play from him. And he then went on to wrap the game up. And plus, he scored another winning goal in the final against Marumo Gallants in the Carling Knockout Cup. So that tells you, bro, how the youngsters have actually been very influential for Orlando Pirates. And it makes sense why Pirates have always had this belief in youngsters, bro. They've always had this belief in the youngsters, in the young players. I think this is actually the most important one, bro. The most important one. Reason number 4 is the transfers, bro. The transfers. Look at the type of players that Pirates have been recruiting. You understand what I'm saying? Pirates are very quick to actually recruit top players. You understand? Actually, especially big names that are actually making the waves in the media, right? And it's always this assumption that some of these players will actually be signed by the other team, but it's never the case. You understand? Pirates are always quick to actually act on these particular transfers. You understand? Think about Jose Rivero when he first came in his first season, the 2022-2023 campaign. Pirates actually made 14 signings. Okay, they brought in Kemet Erasmus. I remember they also brought in Miguel Tim, Nkosinati CBC as well, Tapelo Kloki, if I can remember. Even Evidence Mahopa came in that season as well. I also remember Sipo China was also signed, as well as Makahleni Makaula. You understand? Those are the players that were actually brought in during that transfer period, in the 2022-2023 season, right? And then you look at the following season, okay? Pirates made 9 new additions. You know what I mean? They brought in Patrick Masangani Utito. They also brought in Talent Mbata, who actually joined on loan. Initially, it was a loan signing. And then they also took a backseat on, that was like when they took a backseat, right? In the Spaniards last season. Notably, they actually signed Gilberto as well as Dino Van Rooyen. You understand? In the last season, got Jose Rivero, okay? And then you look at this season, I feel like this was their best transfer window currently. Like, this was Pirates' best transfer window. Then bringing in Ozunapolis, Sipombule, Masindi Nimtejela, Tepang Muremi, Kamogelo Sibilibele, as well as Sihle Ndluli. And that was actually smart because Sihle Ndluli, they brought him on a free transfer. And also now they've also brought in Andre de Jong from Stellenbosch. You understand? So yeah, they've been making some smart signings, bro, over the past couple of seasons or so, bro. Like smart signings, dog. And those smart signings have actually contributed to their success. Those particular signings are the reason why also they've been able to win these domestic trophies. So many of them at that. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, Tito was very influential. Muremi has been very influential. Apollos has also been very influential. You also look at the fact that in certain games, yes, Dino Van Rooyen has been very influential. However, he has actually played for limited games due to the fact that he has been injured. You understand what I'm saying? He was on the sidelines for a lengthy spell. Okay, Tapelo Kogi also played a major role. Gosinati CBC also played a major role. Even Erasmus, when he returned, he played a major role. So it tells you the fact that, hey guys, these the recruits, bro, recruiting top players, recruiting players that actually fit into your system, that fits into your philosophy is very important. It's very key. And from my observation, last but not least, I also feel like this is the most important factor. I think this is one of the most important factor that has actually contributed to Pirates' success, bro, is they actually have a reliable goalkeeper. I think it's actually Junior Kanye who often keeps on mentioning the fact that he alludes to the fact that, for a major club, you need to have a reliable goalkeeper. Because if you don't have a reliable goalkeeper, you're going to actually see dust. You're going to see flames. And that's what I've been seeing at many major clubs worldwide. I've seen it at AC Milan. I've seen it at Manchester United with Onana. That has been a disaster. Even at Kaizer Chiefs over the past couple of seasons, I've seen Kaizer Chiefs have been struggling in the goalkeeping department, which has actually, been a major blemish for them. And it made me realize that, yes, for a major club to achieve success, you need a top goalkeeper. You really do. And Pirates actually have a top goalkeeper. But I remember before Sipo China, for a long time, Pirates struggled without a reliable goalkeeper, And it was actually great that Usipo China, despite the fact that he didn't have a major profile before joining the Bucks, he actually made a name for himself. You understand what I'm saying? He's already Bafana's number 2. He has been their hero so many times for Orlando Pirates, winning them the MTN 8 in 2024. Was it 2020? No, 2023. Yeah, 2023. He was the one who actually won them the MTN 8, saving all those penalties. Even in 2025, against the very same team, Mamelodi Sundowns. You understand? He made crucial saves in that penalty shootout, which led Orlando Pirates to the final. So it tells you why you need to have a proper goalkeeper, guys. You understand? A shot stopper. Because if you don't have a shot stopper, if you don't have a top goalkeeper, bro, then you might as well call it a fluke. You might as well call it a dream to say that you want to dominate or be dominant as a big club. You understand? You really need a top goalkeeper.